It's your boy Don Colioni, and we are back with another podcast. Make sure you guys follow the Instagram page. Um, the Instagram page is new. Let's try to get this page up to 100 followers by the end of March. Like that's the goal. And yeah, before we start, make sure you come. Hold on, let me just see if I can adjust this angle a little bit. I gotta make sure.
Hey,
Yeah, come a little bit closer. Yeah,
I'll scooch on.
yeah, bet. All right. But yeah, without further ado, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And then let's jump right into this interview. So we got
Travell, also known as Trey Math.
Trey Math. And yeah, tell people who you are and like all that good stuff.
All right, well, who I am, I'm an artist born and raised Edmonton, Alberta, upcoming. And well, that's pretty much who I am. I'm an upcoming artist from Edmonton, Alberta, man. Born and raised and here to represent the city.
100%. How did you come up with the name Trey Math?
Come up with the name? It's there's a lot that goes into that name. It's kind of special to me in its own sense, because Trey Math is actually an acronym for treasure, reality, enjoy yourself, manifest anything that happens. Because in my head, I believe that's what life's about: treasuring.
Oh, repeat that. You said it's
treasure,
reality,
enjoy yourself,
manifest
anything that happens, man. Manifest all that happens, everything.
Yeah. Like, how did you come up? Is that like an acronym that you came up with, like out of your?
I can see. The thing is, I was thinking about names. What do I want people to know me as? Because you come up with a name, and it's important, it's special. It can't be just something that a little nickname someone gave you in 4th grade. Not that type of thing. It has to be something that actually has some meaning to you.
Some meaning to it, yeah.
And I wasn't using my actual name, so like I
kind of
started. My actual name is Travell.
Okay, Travell.
Yeah. No, you're good, bro. You're good. But like, so I kind of was just spitballing stuff, thinking about what's important to me, and writing things down, and not just. I was thinking acronyms. I like acronyms. That kind of came to my mind. And then my name's actually Travell. So Trey, treasure, reality, enjoy yourself. It all just kind of works together. Puzzle came together, and that kind of clicked. But I didn't tell anybody that was the reasoning behind it for a long time. I actually was talking to my girlfriend, and we were just kind of spitting to each other, and she was like, "Where'd you come up with that?" And I told her, and she was like, "Oh, that's crazy. You got to tell people." And I was like, no, I keep it to myself for now. I keep it. But yeah, that's kind of where Trey Math came from.
Okay, 100%. What was I gonna ask? So the math part, is that like, where does that part come from?
Like because
there's Trey and then math.
So or the manifest, all that happens.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was thinking it was the whole like, okay, I see.
No, you good, bro. Yeah. No, you manifest all that. Do you know what manifestation is?
Manifest. Oh, like you like. How do I say? It's hard to explain. Like you have to kind of like believe like what you want is gonna happen.
You gotta believe it, man. If you believe something will happen, bro, in my head it's gonna happen. It's that simple, bro. You have the power over your life, over your reality, over everything. It all comes from your mind. It all stems from right up there. So once you can get your head in that space, bro, anything's possible. And that's what the name means, bro. That's what I am, bro. I'm a symbol of that. I'm gonna be just, like I said, a symbol that no matter what you believe, as long as you believe in yourself, you can make it happen. Anything can happen, man. That's what I want people to know, like not believe. I want them to know that when they look at me. I don't want it to be like a little, oh, he says this, he thinks this. Like, no, that's the symbol I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be that hope for everybody. 100%. So like that's where all that stems from. Man.
I read that. That's sick though. That's sick though.
That's real. Oh,
for real, man. Like, yeah, definitely. Like, whenever you do anything, you gotta really just like believe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just go into something like, you gotta believe it. Like,
100%, right? Otherwise, what's the point of doing it? Like, this is not what's the point, but it's just like the only limiting factors are the ones you place on yourself, based on everybody else's thoughts. You listen to 100 people in a room and they tell you can't do something, you're automatically gonna think you can't do it, bro. If 100 people are telling you can, then you'll think you can. But if 100 people aren't saying anything, then it really comes up to you, man. You gotta believe 100%. It or you don't believe it. And in my head, just screw those 100 people. You put it in your head, man, it's yours.
100%. With that being said, do you want to, let's see, we talked about the name. who you are, and like, so let's jump into like the music stuff. Like, so tell us about like, um, yeah, like tell us a little bit more about your music. Like, how long have you been doing it for?
Doing music, been doing it for about three, I'd push maybe three, about 2 years at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Consistently, I've been at it for about half a year, I'd say. The first little while I was doing it was more of a find your sound, find who you are as an
Yeah, hundred
artist,
percent.
just develop time. But consistently grinding, ooh, yeah, probably about half a year at this point,
Half
man.
a year. Okay.
But I've, like I said, been in the scene. My name's been out there for about three. You can
Yeah.
look back and see a couple things I done put out.
Yeah.
Waiting Up, that was the first track. Got a video and
Yeah.
everything on YouTube.
That's actually how I discovered this guy. I just waited. Literally, that's how I
That
discovered
killed
you.
me, bro.
I was like, I listened to it in the
That's
gym. Like
dope.
it's a nice gym track. Like it's one of those where it's like people waiting up. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I
It just
got a
like
couple
it
people
just has
waiting
this
up.
like, how do I say this to it? Like, I'm on my, I can't remember
Yeah,
exactly
but
the
it's supposed to
lyrics,
have
but
a
like,
little punch in it. Yeah, that's
yeah.
what I wanted, man. I wanted to be like one of those, like I'm here, that type of
Uh,
thing. So I'm glad you got that. I'm glad that's the impression it gave you,
oh
bro.
yeah, definitely,
For
definitely. I was
real.
like, damn, this guy's serious.
That-
100p.
That's good. That's good.
Let's see. So, yeah. So, how did you? What was the process like of finding your sound?
Process of finding the sound.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I'd say it really came down to finding, figuring out, not finding, but figuring out who I am
Mhm.
and what I want from myself and from rap, from making music, what I want to get from it, where I want to see, where I see myself, who I see listening to myself, just the kind of feedback I got from people, what I enjoyed doing. That was a big thing. Obviously, you got
Mhm.
to enjoy doing what you do. Otherwise, it turns into a job. It's not fun,
Mhm.
entertaining no more. It's just a
Yeah.
job, man. You might as well work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
But I there was a lot that really went into it, and I'd say just a lot of trial and error. Definitely, definitely the biggest part, man. It's trial and error. You make something, and then I'd ask, to 10, 15 people, yo, is this it? Is this it? And,
Uh-huh.
obviously you get some yes men who are just gonna tell you, yeah, it's good, it's
Mhm.
good. But then like you get some real friends who are gonna give you honest feedback and tell you like, man, now you gotta brush it up here, you gotta do that.
Mhm.
Or it's not even like you have to, it's just like it would sound better if you did this, and that just kind of stimulates different ideas and gets
Mhm.
you going on different kind of paths and routes, and opens up whole new doors.
Mhm.
So my friends were able to open up those doors for me, and I was just, they can give you as much information as you want or as they want. It's possible, bro, but it really comes down to how much you want to listen to it. So I'd say I did a good job at listening to just the feedback they gave me and all that in that sense, and kind of came up with the finished product at this point now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
100p. So, but that's an interesting point you made about like having, it's like there's people that are yes men and there's people that are like actually telling you like truth. Like, how do you differentiate? Like, for example, like obviously you want your friend to tell you the truth. But how can you tell like differentiate between like dudes that are just hating and
Mm.
then there's like actual constructive like criticism? Do you think there's like, is it obvious to know or like?
I think, a lot of the times it might it might not be obvious. I'd say it's actually it's like 50-50, my man, because
Yeah.
the hates, it really depends how you look at hate.
Yeah.
Is the thing. People can say they don't like something, but if there's something in there that can help you just transform it into not something they like, but something that kind of appeals to a wider sort, or a wider kind of range of people, then it's not hate, man. That's constructive criticism right there.
Mhm.
But some people, obviously, I'd be scrolling on Instagram sometimes, I see new songs, and hits better on mute. There's
Yeah. Yeah.
there's no real constructive criticism in that. But again, some people just talk to talk, right?
Yeah.
And you got to be able to, like, you got to be able to just kind of see what you should listen to and what you shouldn't, man.
Hmm.
Because if you listen to all the people that talk to talk, you'd be listening all day. It's that simple,
Yeah.
bro. Too many people
100p.
have opinions online, and
Yeah.
it's that simple, man. So you can't let what anybody says kind of tear you down or
Mhm.
interfere with just how you live and how you develop, how you do your thing, because then you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for them.
Yeah, that's facts. Because I feel like a lot of like what you said with like for me, like I feel like you can kind of tell definitely like who is like supporting, like you said before, like your homies will tell you the truth. They'll tell you like, okay, like this is what you need to fix, whatever. But
right?
like when I feel like when it comes from like they're like they listen to your stuff and they're like, I don't know, man. Like, why you? I don't know. Like, I feel like you can just tell like
Yeah.
the like haters.
You got no, you got
Here's the
it.
thing: haters nowadays. It's actually so funny. It actually makes me laugh. Haters nowadays. It's not a simple like you suck, give up, don't do that. It's
No, they're
straight.
creative with
It's
it,
like
bro.
it's like I don't know, man. Like, you sure you want to do rapping, bro? Like, you sure you're gonna release that, bro? Hey, I'm not hating. I'm just saying, like,
I
I don't
swear,
know,
no,
bro.
for
Like,
real, bro. Like they can't be straight up at all,
yeah,
man.
they
It's
always
just like
it's like they beat
beat
around the
around
bush
the
with it.
bush, man. Nobody wants to hit it right
Yeah.
in his head. And it's like, oh man,
It's just
okay.
like, bro, you
You
hate
gotta
the
decipher messages, and then like by the time you get to the bottom of it, you're like, oh damn, you just dissed me. Wait, what? You know, it's
yeah.
like that.
It's
Like
crazy how
it's
that
crazy,
works, you
man.
know. So another question I ask every rapper this question, and it's like I'm not sure if you like thought about this yet, but like would you say going independent route is better than signing with a label? Like what do you think? Do you think a label or independent is the best way?
You know, honestly, I'd say it really depends on your situation because there there's kind of there's benefits to both sides, and obviously, you know, there's cons to both sides, pros and cons. I say if you're at a point where you can achieve the same results that you would with a label independently, then you should definitely stay independent just because, you know, you get a bigger cut of the pie, you get more say in what you do. It's just more control goes to you. You are the artist and you're in control of what you do when you're
Mm-hmm.
independent. Well, for the most part, you know.
Yeah.
But like as if you're with a label, then there's a lot of pros that come with that too. There's access to resources, you know, studios,
Mm-hmm.
engineering, artists, artwork, just all these opportunities that, you know, you may not get if you're
Yeah.
independent. And so if that kind of that streamline is what you think suits you, your style, your sound, and what you want to achieve and accomplish, then definitely a label could be your move. But if you are in it to just kind of create a legacy is what I want to say. If you want to create something, well, actually, no, because some people who've been signed to labels have created legacies. I'd say if you just are more concerned about being in control and owning what you do, then independence probably definitely the way you should stay because you just got to be so careful with labels, man. You really got to look at what they want to get you to sign, what everything entails, because
Mm.
man, there's a lot of backdoor secret deals that go on that you
Yeah.
can
Look at
just be
Ice Cube.
oblivious to. But exactly,
Yeah.
like it's it's really it really sucks as an artist because you know you want to be creative and just share this product, this thing that you craft from nothing with the
Mm.
world, but there's there's just so many entities that want a piece of that
Piece
in
of
order
that.
for you to get it
Yeah.
to the world. But like I said, man, if you're in a spot where you can kind of be doing your thing without the label, then I don't see a real benefit to it over being independent.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like on the edge between staying independent versus going to a label, then you really just got to evaluate what you want. Uh, what you're willing to give up is a big thing, not just what you want, but what you're okay with giving up, because that's really what a label entails, you know.
Mm-hmm. 100%. That's actually a really good answer. Yeah, like definitely like talking to different artists and stuff. Like they all kind of say similar things. Some leaning a little bit more. They all honestly really said the same thing. Some kind of lean a little bit more one side than the other, but
Yeah.
it's all pretty much the
Like I
same
said, yeah,
thing.
it's very situational too. You know, a lot of people are
Yeah.
gonna have different opinions on it, and that all also comes just from what you know, the knowledge I have and the things
Mm-hmm.
I've heard. You know, everyone can hear different things and be
Mm-hmm.
so like, yeah, bro. Like it's good that you brought that up. Everybody's just gonna have such different thoughts on it, man.
Yeah, 100%. Like even myself, like I'm thinking like because I've like I never really knew how the music shit works until like I watched what's that movie? The NWA.
Oh
Ice,
yeah, straight out of
yeah,
Compton.
yeah, yeah. I watched it out of Compton, and then I saw the
That's
shit that Ice
crazy.
Cube was going through, and I was like, oh snap! So this is how that shit works. And then I did a little bit more research, and I saw some video from like what's that guy's name? DJ Academics. I don't know if you know that
Yeah,
guy. And he
yeah.
started talking about the same thing with labels and stuff, and I'm like, and I started thinking like, damn, is a label really worth it? Like But
right?
like I said, I guess it depends on your situation. Like if you're like my thing is, I feel like if you needed to get your buzz and then somehow find a way to become independent. Like I feel like this is gonna sound biased to me because I'm kind of a type of person that's like I like ownership. Like I don't want to be under any. I don't want people. I just don't want my vision or craft in someone else's hands.
Right?
And you know
Yeah,
what I mean. So
that's
I think my opinion, my honest opinion, is like just to find a way to reach that independence eventually. If you need to some help with a label, like read the contracts and everything, but I feel like the best way just to like it's not some bias, but just to be independent. Like I feel like
mm.
that's just
No. I honestly, I just have to agree with you on that because that's
yeah,
exactly what I feel every artist, strives to do and should
yeah,
do. Even if they have to go the label route, eventually they want to be independent, or
yeah,
at least they should. Right?
yeah,
That'd be crazy if they were like, "Nah, I'm gonna be signed,
yeah.
giving everything away till the day I die."
Yeah,
That's
literally,
crazy.
it's like
That's
this
sick.
label just has you like this choke you like yeah, like no, we make all your decisions for you. Like I just feel like I just can't fathom that idea.
Yeah.
Just like
No, I really don't get it either, man. But some people are also just so caught up in the thought of success and fame that they really don't care what they sign.
yeah, they'll sign
They'll freaking
anything.
sign away their first kid if they get signed,
Yeah,
man, for a little clout.
sign the soul away. Just
For real,
like
bro, for real. Some people are like that, man.
yeah,
And you can't knock them. I guess it could get your bag, but like, wow,
yeah.
you just gotta evaluate, man. It's
Like what
like
really matters to you and all that stuff.
exactly, yeah, man. Perfectly put.
Yeah. Another question I have for you too is are you do you make your own beats or are they just like you have a producer and all that like
So for my beats, I don't make. It's funny you asked that. Actually, I tried making. I tried becoming a producer when I first started
oh
making
okay.
music. I wanted to make my own beats, and I thought, man, I was just very naive going into it. I thought that you kind of just throw some sounds together and you got a beat. I didn't realize just how complicated that got, and I found that it was taking time from taking my own creative process time I had for music and other aspects. So it was taking like all that time. So I just kind of had
Yeah.
to cut that out, leave that to professionals, people who know what they're doing. And I got producers now. I don't make
Mm.
my own stuff. It's not a single producer though. I work with oh well actually every song I have out right now has a different producer to a different person I've worked with. And then there's a couple that I'm working with right now. So yeah, it's not me, but it's not definitely not one person. A lot
Mm.
of people have been contributing to what I'm doing.
100%, 100%. Yeah, like definitely, if you can team up with someone who's more experienced than you to help you out with that, like it's definitely, yeah, definitely worth
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always ask like different like artists like just curiosity, like if they make their own beats or is it like,
Man, the
you know,
process to making beats is tough.
yeah,
Like it's some people it just comes naturally, but some people everything comes naturally, man.
mm,
There's someone who can jump on a piano and start playing that thing like they've known it for 30
yeah,
years, but they can't read the notes.
mm-hmm.
It's just some people got that, but others got to work for it. And me, I found that that particular skill is something that I have, obviously a sense of rhythm and melody and beat.
Yeah,
And, I know what music theory is and all of that, but just it was something that in order to get the product I want, I'd have to be steadily working towards it, just grinding consistently and
mm-hmm.
consistently. And so I just had to make the choice between doing that or pursuing everything else I'm doing. And
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of where I'm at right now. Plus, I love the chance to work with different producers, man.
Yeah,
Hearing
and
when
you
I
learn
get
something
like
too.
exactly
You
man,
learn
when I
experience.
get like a nice email pack sent through and it has 50 different beats and I'm just clicking through listening, bro, I feel like I'm in heaven. It's so
Yeah,
nice. It's
like
so nice.
kind of like buying your beats, like
Everyone's like a Christmas present, bro. You never know what you're gonna
yeah,
get. It's crazy.
for real, man. Um, let's see, what music do you usually listen to? Like, are you just listening to like trap, drill? Or are you just like
Hmm.
you listen to country? I don't know. Like you listen to R&B? Like what you keeping
Honestly,
on? Man?
it's honestly a mix of everything. There's
Okay.
not one genre that's kind of well, rap genre or the
Yeah.
rap genre is dominating what I listen to, but there's not one kind of style of it. I listen to trap, I listen to drill, I listen to kind of your also your conscious rap, you'd call it, kind of just
Like a J. Cole type
yeah,
thing? Like the
exactly.
okay,
Like that type of vibe. It's funny you say that. It's like J. Cole's actually my favorite
yeah.
artist, man. So I'd be listening to J. Cole. Oh crap, bro.
Yeah.
But nah, I'd be listening. I listen to everything along with rap. There's pop. I listen to, man. I listen to some orchestra. You could ask my freaking girl. I'll be listening to everything, man.
Yeah.
Instrumentals in the car, straight just guitar, just piano.
Oh, okay.
It's it's everything. I feel like you can't limit yourself to one genre, because especially when you're doing what I'm doing and you want to be able to just create music for such a broad group of people, and you want to be able to make it enjoyable and understand it, and there's just so many things I want to do
Mhm.
with music, that well, I'd feel like I'd really just be shooting myself in the foot if I chose to listen to one genre.
Mhm.
But like I'm just lucky in the sense that I enjoy
Mhm.
all genres, you know.
There was a dude
Even
on
country,
the
man. There's some country I'll listen to.
really.
There's some
There's a
country,
there's a
man.
dude on the podcast before. Shout out Kyrax, but he was on the podcast and he said the exact same thing. Like he was talking about how he listens to everything
Yeah,
because he was saying like in that aspect of like making music enjoyable for the people, but also in the aspect of like the competition. Like
yeah.
even though obviously it's you versus you, but there's that competition aspect to where it's like you want to know what everybody's up to. You want to know what's new in the game. You want to know what's up. So you
No
want, you know what I
facts,
mean?
bro. Facts. Yeah, you do.
Like who's in the ecosystem, you know what I mean? Kind of like, like it's gonna sound kind of cringe, but like like how like an animal like is in the jungle. You want to know what the lions are saying. You want to know what the monkeys are up to.
Oh, so you
So you
feeling like
want
the king of the jungle?
yeah,
You know, that's jokes. That's jokes, man. But it's true. It's true.
yeah,
Definitely, you wanna just kind of be. You don't want to be sleeping under a rock, man. You don't want to be
yeah.
caught under that rock, because that's when everything happens somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you stay away for a couple months, couple weeks, and you come back, and all of a sudden you're just the most, what do I want to say, kind of unaware person around, because you were away for a little bit. But at the same time, you do got to take that little break from everything, and
Yeah,
focus on you. But yeah, man, you do want
yeah.
to see what's going on,
You
for
gotta you
sure.
gotta know what's
You
going
have
on.
to, bro. You have to.
100p. Oh, let's see what else we jump into. So we talked about the music you listen to. Do you have kind of touched upon that a little bit, but like, do you have like any? Yeah, how about this? Do you have any artists that like influenced your music, like kind of like inspired you to get into music, or have an influence in like your sound, or like that kind of thing?
Mm. You know, I'd say